I'm going to give you 3 reasons as to why I started this channel. But before we go and you have a look at where I'm headed, we got to go back and look at where I came from. At 6 years old, I remember sitting down in the basement and playing in just a wad of dirty clothes and trash and all kinds of stuff in the basement, making up my own games and all that kind of stuff. My mom, she opens the door, looks down at me and says, "Hey, you want to play soccer?" And I said yes. With that answer, it really split my life into two. One was the reason that I was down in the basement in the first place, which was because I often got picked on. Because being tall, thin, liking glasses, and now playing football at during the 80s as a black kid, it wasn't the most common thing, and I just kind of got ripped for it. But then on the other side, me saying yes, I found a whole new world beyond Lancaster, Pennsylvania, which was fantastic. These two themes, they tend to follow me throughout my entire life, even until this current day. On one hand, you had the insecure me who always questioned things, and then you had the brave me who just said, I don't really care. And it really worked out that way, and it really was cool until probably the ultimate low, as I'm laying on the floor of my grandmother's living room. I'm on the floor of her carpet in between the couch and her coffee table, laying over this grate, just crying. It's like 11 o'clock at night and I'm alone again. That moment, I just remember that, look, at this moment, I'm never gonna feel this low again, and I'm going to find a way to get back to that high point. And so I just spent the next 20 years searching inside myself and around the world for that. I was searching for the real me until I heard a great quote from an American football player named Shannon Sharp, and he said, "You can't find yourself, you have to create yourself." I wanted to try to find a way where I could live my life my way, and be okay with being alone. So follow me. Most of my life, I've been pretty much by myself throughout all my travels, throughout a lot of things. It's just, very difficult for me to make a lot of relationships that kind of are more traditional, if you want to say, because I just don't stick around too long. I enjoyed the traveling, but there's also the other side of being alone. So with being alone, I think a lot of that I've also found that loneliness, I've kind of substituted with my jobs. I've worked in a lot of service industries, like tourism, like restaurants and serving and stuff like that. But mostly I've worked with children. And I've always found that I really enjoyed, and I've given everything to helping little kids. And it's fun. But some of it has always been, I've been trying to fill the loneliness with what they give back. I really wanted to learn how to just give to give. Ali Abdul, he had a great quote, and he said this: try not being proud of making a good video, but be proud of just making the video itself. And for me, it kind of solidified everything that I was looking for, just being proud of doing something. And that is really a very essential piece, I think, to being happy. And that's just where I came up with this idea that, hey, maybe by doing this channel for an extended period of time, I can literally just focus on the product and really trying to hone my skills and who I was into this product, but just being glad that I went through the process and enjoyed all the journey and not the result, and just leave it on to that. To piggyback on that, I came up with this channel because there's a mindset going on in even modern day business within billionaires that you should start by giving. Right? And many people say that, billionaires and millionaires, they don't give. People with money, they just take. But in actuality, if you dig, they actually do give. With entrepreneurship, you think of a problem that, other people are having, and then you solve that problem. Henceforth, you are giving something. But it's in the fact that you're trying to focus on that problem. My moment came when I was at my Uncle Fred's house. Uncle Fred is the man. Uncle Fred is the smoothest dude. Wise as hell, knows everything, and even at 80, homeboy still he digs on technology, right? But it kind of confuses him. So I went over his house and I tried to, go help him every Sunday for a while. And at one point, I just remember him stopping and he sits there and he's holding his tablet and he doesn't look at me at all. And I'm just wondering, like, yo, what is he upset? Is he angry? Did I say something wrong? Should I like not have explained too much? Is he confused? And he looks at his tablet and says, "You need to make money doing this. You make everything so simple. You need to be doing this and teaching people." And so he kind of gave me the idea of like, well, you know, why not try to make a business out of this? Like me helping, you know, older people or baby boomers or whatever, you know, and try to help people understand technology. A few weeks went by, and I remember coming across a channel that I was subscribed to called alux.com for like billionaires or whatever it is, or billionaire mindset. And they had like 15 future business billion-dollar industries or whatever. And one of them was starting a company for baby boomers. And it didn't necessarily said, but he was like, yo, with all these baby boomers coming into, coming up with the technology, like all this new technology, like NFTs, the metaverse and all that stuff, a business that's going to be booming is catering to baby boomers. And henceforth, I came up with this channel. Last and not least, is I wanted to learn how to look into people's eyes more and be more engaged. It is actually a huge fear of mine. And it started when I was 6 years old. I was at primary school and we were about to go outside and I asked for a kickball. But when you take kickballs out, you had to bring them back to the teacher, or my teacher, Miss Herman. So we went outside and I gave the kickball to somebody else. When I went to go ask for it back at the end of recess, they said, hey, I gave it to this kid. I went over to that kid, they didn't have it, so forth and so on. And then there I was standing there, finding myself staring deep into the blue eyes of Mrs. Herman as she was berating me and told me that I was gonna get paddled. Yes, I got paddled in school at 6 years old. And it was, I still to this day remember her face. I'll never forget this lady's face. But she did have beautiful eyes, except at that moment. It was horrible. But ever since then, I've just been horrified to look people in the eyes because it was literally like she sucked the life out of me. Like my soul was gone and she crushed it as a kid. But the sad part about, like, the thing about it though is that I've missed out on a lot of things and recognizing stuff and connecting with people because I don't look into their eyes. You may be looking at me and being like, but dude, how is starting a YouTube channel gonna help you actually like focus on people's eyes? Well, number one, I'm looking at you right now, right? It's not your eyes, but the camera is your eyes. Henceforth, I have to look here. Now, I'm sure you've seen in this video, sometimes I tend to look around and whatnot, and it's just my mind going. But by doing these videos, I actually have to focus on you, and I want to focus on you, but it makes me have to pay attention to this kind of stuff, so I do it more often and often. And I just want to create a better connection with the world around me. I want to actually like look deep into people's souls and get to know them like for who they are, because I love, you know, getting to know people. When I do make a connection, it's the greatest thing in the world. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start this channel and I'm gonna stick with it and keep looking into this camera as much as I can, so that maybe I can make as many connections as possible and get to meet some amazing and, you know, beautiful people. So those are my reasons for starting this YouTube channel. If you enjoyed it, please come back for more content. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna stop. Can't wait until the next video. Just, you know, go back to my page, go have a look, and you'll get to see some of my first videos that are pretty funny. So with that being said, take care, and I will talk to you soon. Peace.